Hello all, welcome to my channel .NET with CK, and our today's topic is control statements. So what are control statements? Control statements in C# are keywords and construct that control how and in what order our statements run. They let us make decisions, repeat code, or jump out of parts of a program instead of executing everything top to bottom. So it has different types. So first one is the selection or decision statements, and these are different keywords like if, else, and then else ladder we have, that is the nested else, and then switch. So these are all selection or decision statements. Second one is the iteration or looping statements like for each, while, do while. And the another type of control statements are jump or branching statements. So these are the different keywords like break, continue, return, and go to. So using these statements we can jump or go to the next level or next set of statements. So let's today discuss about this selection or decision statements. These statements are used to choose one path based on conditions. So we can have multiple conditions and we need to choose one, and if the condition satisfies, then only go to that block of statements. So first one is like if, and the syntax is if and then condition, and then in the curly brackets we need to write the statements. It means when the condition is true, then only this statement will be executed. In the same way we have if else, and the syntax is like if conditions, then we have the statements, else the other statements. It means if the condition is true, then only statements inside this if block will be executed, otherwise else block statements under else block will be executed. And similar we have the if else ladder like if conditions then statements, else if conditions then statements, else if conditions then statements, and last one is the else, which is the default one, right? So if all the above conditions are false, then only this else block will be executed. So basically any one of the statements will be true, then inside that block of statements will be executed. So this is the if else ladder. And then we have one more, that is the switch statements. So switch and cases are there. So here switch and then the variable, and that variables will match with these cases. So any of, let's say case 1 is this variable match with this case 1. So the statements inside this case block will be executed, and then it will break the whole switch case. So it will go to the next statements. Then let's flip to the Visual Studio and see all these things in action. So first if statements. So let me create one variable int num is equal to, let's say, 100, and if I'm writing like if num is greater than 50 or 30, then console dot write line, or num is greater than 30, and then here you can print like console dot write line something learning if statements. Okay, so I'm writing like this. So here you can see the value of num is 100 and it is greater than 30. So this block of statement will be executed here. Num is greater than 30, and then also will this one learning of if statement will be executed, because it is not under any control statements, it is inside the program, so it will be executed always. So if you run this one, then let's see how it will work. Yeah, now you can see num is greater than 30, learning if statements, right? So here this statement is basically true. So this one is the condition. So in if block or inside if block, this is basically the logical expression, you can say. We'll discuss more on that side, but yeah, this is the if statements. And let's talk about the next one, like if else. So if num is, let's say, greater than something like 50, then we can say like num is less than 50, yeah, less than, and then if it is false, then the next statement will be like num is greater than or equal to 50, right? So this statement will be executed. So in this case here the num is 100, so it is less than 50, it is not less than 50. So this statement or this if block will be it is false, so the else part will be executed. So if you run this application again, let's see. Yeah, num is greater than or equal to 50. So the else block having this statement num is greater than or equal to 50 is executed. Yeah, in the same way we have if else ladder also, like if and then else if and then else kind of. So we can just print more things here, for example else and then else if, or just paste it. So now you can see if num is, let's say, something whatever you want to write here, less than 30, then it will be num is less than 30 or anything. So it is up to you, like how many statements you want to create based on the conditions, right? So here again this is 100, so always this statement will be executed because num is not less than 30 or it is 50, right? So yeah, so this is the if statements and if else or if else ladder. Now let's talk about the switch statements. So in switch statement it works similar way like if else statements, but yeah, the syntax is different. So let's say I'm writing here int val is equal to 10, and then switch case I can write here. Now if you press twice the tab, then it will include it. So I will pass the val, and here I will have the case, right? So case, let's say 5 and 10 I will check. So 5, the value is 5, and then we have the break statement. Similar things we have the 10, and let's say we have the break statements, right? So you can see here yeah, you can see, so we have two cases like 5 and 10. So based on the value of the val variable, it will jump into the cases, right? So here it is 10, so it will go inside this switch statements, and then it finds the case is 10, so this value is 10 will be executed. Let's see in action. Just run it and see the result. Yeah, value is 10. So this is the switch case. So all these are used in case of selections or decision making, like where to go. So yeah, that's it for today, and thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.